Wishing you lots of love and many blessings. Hello Aries, welcome to JilleTarot. This is just going to be a quickie general reading. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, and it may not resonate with everyone, so let your intuition guide you to the things that are meaningful for you. You can also check out the other signs that make up your natal chart. A lot of times those readings contain additional messages, and thank you for your support. If this resonates, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. So we're just going to take a look and see what's coming in a general sense for Aries. And we're going to start with the main message. What's the main thing that Spirit wants you to know, Aries? You may not be aware of, or you may be very aware of, but let's see what the main message from the universe is. We're getting begin now. Taking your first step. All right, time to begin something new, Aries. Something you've possibly been thinking about. Let's see what the situation is here, what you might be going through. We're getting open up. Open up to this new beginning. Open up to actually, like I said, it feels like there's something that you maybe have been thinking about, considering starting, and you just haven't really opened up enough to take the first step, to start to put your plan into action. So let's get some details about this new step, this new action. And we're getting more newness, new action. We're getting the Ace of Pentacles, we're getting the Four of Cups, getting the Tower, and the Four of Swords. So there is healing here. Healing something that you might be focusing on a past situation, but it is time to open up and start taking the steps, because there is a tangible new beginning coming in for you. This can be a new job, new money, new abundance, new stability. Whatever it is that you've been thinking about doing, it's time to begin now. It's time to start taking the first steps. It feels like what you're doing, like open up. You're not opening up to this new opportunity with this Four of Cups energy. You're kind of focusing on something else, something that isn't for your greatest and highest good, but the universe here is offering you this opportunity here. There's new stability, new abundance, and it's time to start opening up to that and to begin now. Start taking the first steps, because there is, like I said, there's this new beginning, a new job, new prosperity, some kind of new security. When it can just be about manifesting your goals, starting to achieve your dreams, and you're realizing your potential. And like I said, with the Four of Cups, this is, you're kind of focusing on the wrong thing here. You're focusing on the past. You're not opening up to the new possibilities. You may have a Tower moment. It feels like if you don't start opening up to this process, taking the first steps and beginning this new taking advantage of this new energy, there could be a Tower moment where this new energy is forced upon you, where this new beginning is forced upon you. Instead of you controlling the new beginning, it feels like the universe could actually, this Tower moment could come in and actually force this new beginning upon you. But there is healing here that's available through this new beginning. The Tower moment is uncomfortable. It brings sudden change. It can be just a sudden epiphany about your healing, about how this new beginning is going to open you up to new healing. You're not going to be focusing on the past, possibly past emotional issues, past job, past love, whatever this negative is that you're focusing on. This healing energy, this Tower moment is actually going to allow you to start to take the first steps to your new prosperity, your new abundance. So we have the main message here, though, about a sudden epiphany. If you've had a sudden epiphany, it's time to begin now. It's time to take the steps now to bring more abundance, more healing energy into your world, and opening up to the possibilities here for you, Aries. So it does look like very nice energy, but it is, this is about opening up to possibilities, opening up to abundance. Stop focusing on the past, and, making major changes in your life that's going to bring you major healing at the same time. But it is about, action is required here. So let's see what the best advice is for you, Aries. And we're getting an apology, an energy cleanse, and separation. So it does feel like you're going to have to be separated from whatever the past is that you're holding on to. you know, opening up to an apology, giving or receiving an apology for some of you, but it is about opening up to this new beginning, having an energy cleanse, like I said, where you're not focusing on the past. This is the Tower energy. This is, you know, this is destruction so that it wipes the slate clean. It's destruction so that there can be, you know, this life-changing event. It's a clean slate here with the Tower card. Energy cleanse to healing, separating from what is not emotionally fulfilling. What you know, you're kind of hanging on to the negative here, and you need to separate from that. For some of you, it is about, you know, forgiving yourself, and, you know, but it is opening up to an apology. It is to take the first steps that brings new stability and abundance into your world. So we have the main advice, or the main message: begin now. Take your first step, open up to the new possibilities, opening up to taking action when it comes to your goals. Stop focusing on the past, what's not working, and allow the Tower moment to come in and wipe the slate clean. And you're going to go forward and take this action from a very healed place. For some of you, there is an apology that someone is going to give you that actually brings about you opening up to them. For others of you, it is about this cleansing energy with this Tower moment that's going to, and separating from whatever this, focusing on the negative things. You know, you're going to start separating from the negative and start going forward and taking the action from this healing place. So I hope this was helpful, Aries. And until next time, sending you lots of love and many blessings. All right, up next, Taurus. Hello, Taurus. I hope you're all doing well. We're going to just do a quickie general reading, see what comes up for you, Taurus. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. So you might want to check out those readings because they could contain additional messages. And this is intended to be timeless, just for whenever you happen to come across this reading. If this resonates, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. So we're going to see what the main message from the universe is. What's the main message from Spirit? What does Spirit want Taurus to know right now? We're getting crossing bridges. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. All right, so you're in the process of crossing this bridge, but let's see what the situation is, Taurus. Union. Okay, it does feel like in your connections. So your partnerships, your romantic connections, you know, somebody that you're in union with, it's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing here. You're crossing this bridge. You're not to the other side yet, but you are in the process of healing, connecting, mending, and releasing when it comes to union somewhere in your life. We're going to get the details here. We're getting the 8 of Wands. Wow, the 10 of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. Here you are showing up very powerfully in your readings. From this healing, from this connecting, mending, and releasing, as you're crossing this bridge in your union, things start to take off pretty rapidly. There's emotional happiness here. There's true happiness. There's spiritual, emotional happiness. There's harmony, domestic bliss. It feels like you're feeling happy and secure. There's true contentment. You're feeling truly blessed in your unions. And here's your energy with this Knight of Pentacles. And you're just having faith here. Like I said, you're showing up very powerful. You're taking from this happiness, you're going to take slow, methodical movement to bring grounded stability. You're holding the faith here. It feels like in this process, you're having this amazing faith restored into your connections, into your unions. You know, your spiritual beliefs, your spiritual wisdom. You've learned some spiritual lessons, but there's commitment here, and there's, you know, bringing order to the situation. It feels like, but like I said, this is your energy, and you're taking the slow, methodical steps, and learning you've learned the spiritual lessons. This is you finally arriving. You've crossed the bridge at this point. Here you are. It feels like, for some of you, it feels like it could go very slowly with this Knight of Pentacles. This is kind of slow forward momentum. but it's very grounded and stable. So you're bringing stability, security, along with emotional happiness to your union, to your connections. Like I said, we have it taking off very fast. And then we have, like I said, emotional happiness, true happiness, spiritual and emotional happiness. And then it's almost like maintenance mode. Taking, then once you're in this emotional happiness, it feels like the healing, you've healed, you've mended and released whatever the old issues are. Here it brings in happiness, and then here you are from this healing energy, you're connecting more stably, more grounded, and more connected to your faith. You're having more faith, more wisdom, more spiritual wisdom here with the Hierophant, and you're very much in your power here, Taurus. It looks very lovely. So whatever this union card is, whatever your connections are, it's, you're in this process. And once it feels like you start this healing and mending and releasing energy, that's when things take off. You're in this emotional happiness, and then it's maintenance mode. Because you've brought grounding stability, you've healed your connections, you've healed your unions, whatever those connections are, and you have this amazing faith coming in with the Hierophant card, which is very powerful energy for you because this is your card, Taurus. So like I said, this is your spiritual beliefs, you're learning spiritual wisdom from the lessons. It's just strengthening the bond, strengthening the commitment here for you, Taurus. So very nice. Crossing this bridge. Let's see, let's get some cards for the best advice. And we're getting codependent, divine feminine, and signs from nature. So it does feel like whatever this union energy is that you're healing, you're mending, and you're releasing, there could be some codependent issues coming up. It is time to tap into this divine feminine energy, your divine feminine energy, which strengthens. It's about inward drawing energy, bringing stability, bringing emotional happiness, healing, connecting, mending, and releasing is what the divine feminine energy is. Signs from nature. So it does feel like if you have an opportunity, as you're working through this process, you will be, you can get more grounded and stable from getting out in nature, connecting with nature, whether that's, you're going to have some kind of message when you're out in nature because it's allowing you to be more grounded, more connecting to your earthy energy here. It's what's going to help you in the stable energy to move things forward in a very stable way. You're bringing stability to your unions, to your bonds, your connections. There is true healing here, and it is about having faith. So I hope this was helpful, Taurus, and until next time, I'm wishing you lots of love and many blessings. Up next, Gemini. Gemini, I hope you're all doing well. And welcome to JilleTarot. We're just going to do a real quickie reading, just a general reading, see what might be coming in, what you might be going through at this time. This is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. It might not resonate with everyone, so let your intuition guide you to the things that feel meaningful for you. You could also check out the other signs that make up your chart. A lot of times, those readings contain additional messages. So we're going to see what's the message from Spirit. What is the main energy, the main message for Gemini from Spirit? And we're getting crossing bridges. You're crossing bridges with a Taurus because Taurus just got this card. So there's this energy, like I said, you're in this process of crossing a bridge where you're healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. In this energy. So it is, it's a time for releasing to heal or connecting to mend, it feels like. Let's see what the situation is, what you could be going through. Important conversations. So what the main energy here is that the important conversations is what's going to allow this healing, this reconnecting, strengthening the bond, mending, and releasing when it comes to having this important conversation. Let's get some cards here. The details. Your intuition is guiding you. Strength. Possibly with a Leo, you need to have an important conversation. A Pisces, possibly a Cancer. and the Lovers. Wow. So we have 3 majors, or 4 majors coming out. So it's a these conversations that you're going to be having, Gemini, very important. Major, major life message here. When it comes to this bridge that you're crossing, it's time to have these important conversations. If you want healing, if you want to strengthen your connections, you want to mend your connection with another person, you want to just release the past, it starts with important conversations. Your intuition is here. The High Priestess, it says to me that you could be in this situation where nobody is talking. There's no communication. There's just been silence. Could be some sort of secret that you need to have an important conversation about. But this is about connecting to your inner wisdom, allowing your intuition to guide you. Important conversations are needed, and you could have been avoiding those. But it's time to cross this bridge. If you want healing, if you want more connection, mending and releasing, tune into your intuition. You have this inner wisdom, and allow that to guide you. The important conversations are going to require strength and courage here with the Strength card. Like I said, could be with a Leo that you need to have these important conversations, but this is about overcoming fears and obstacles. In crossing this bridge, there could be obstacles as you cross this bridge, obstacles to what you wanted to heal, who you wanted to connect with, the connections that you needed to mend, anything that you need to release. If it's about releasing something, you could just need to have the courage to have an important conversation and get honest with yourself. Have this conversation with yourself. But it's going to require, important conversations are going to require confidence and courage. And it's about your fears here with the Moon card. Could be, like I said, a Pisces or a Cancer that you actually need to have these important conversations with. But this can be about your fears. Something that's been secret, the important conversation has been hidden, because you're insecure, because there's fears and anxiety. Notice we have fears and anxiety, but next to that we have strength, courage, and confidence to have these important discussions. This also can be more of your intuition. If you've buried and stuffed your intuition, here's your intuition, having the strength and courage to bring your intuition to the surface, to allow yourself to trust your intuition, not having the fears and anxiety about, is my gut telling me the truth? This is your buried intuition. So make sure you have the strength and courage to use your intuition. And here we have the Lovers. This is harmony. This is about, making the choice for some of you. But this is about, like I said, it is about healing. There's a deep spiritual connection. Whatever those connections are in your life, there's important conversations. Crossing this bridge, having the important conversations, the strength and courage, allowing your intuition to guide you in this, and not allowing your fear to hold you back from having these important conversations. We have very powerful, spiritual, sacred connection here with the Lovers card. So this could be, here you are showing up, you being very much in your power, because you have at this point crossed the bridge, Gemini. You have healed your connections. You are starting to connect with others from a very healed way. You're going to be in your truth, but you're mending some connections. But most importantly, it feels like you're releasing the old. You might just be releasing anxiety and fear here, Gemini, but it's very positive energy. 4 majors, major message. You're crossing this bridge, and crossing this bridge is actually a life-changing event here. Having the important conversations feels like it's just going to change your world. So have the courage and the confidence to actually have the important conversations. Let your intuition guide you, not your fear. Be in your courage, your confidence to overcome any fears or obstacles. And here you are, bam. Amazing, sacred soul connections here. So let's get some advice. And we have union. Yeah, so the union card is telling me the important conversations in union in your life. Any union, any kind of connection. Codependent and spiritual awakening. Yep. So, you've been codependent. It feels like you've been codependent, possibly to your fears, your anxieties. Codependency, you know, whatever that energy is for you, has blocked the important conversations that need to take place to actually strengthen union in your life. So, you know, through working through this energy, here you are with the Lover's card. No more codependency. You've worked through those issues. You've healed it. You're ready to strengthen the connections in your unions. You've mended with this important conversation, and you've released, and here you are with this spiritual awakening. Very powerful energy, very powerful reading for you, Gemini. So I hope this was helpful, and until next time, wishing you lots of love and many blessings. Hi, Cancer. You're up next. I hope you've all been doing well. Welcome to JilleTarot. We're just going to do a quickie general reading. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. It's not going to resonate with everyone, so let your intuition guide you to what feels meaningful for you. You could also check out the other signs that make up your birth chart. A lot of times those readings contain additional messages. And thank you all for your support. If this resonates, please like, share, subscribe. So let's see what the main message is from Spirit. What does Spirit want Cancer to know? Wow, Voyage of the Heart. Love flows through you and to you. So Spirit saying, you're embarking on this new voyage of the heart. Love is going to be flowing through you and to you. Let's see what the situation is here. Healing old wounds. Yep, healing old wounds allows more loving energy to flow through you and to you. So awesome energy there for you, Cancer. Let's get the details to healing old wounds. And we're getting the Two of Cups, the Nine of Swords, the Hermit, and the Six of Cups. Yeah, there's amazing healing in your relationships, in your soul connection. It feels like whatever this soul bond is, you're healing old wounds. And actually, there's this sacred connection coming in. We have Voyage of the Heart, and we have the Two of Cups, major soulmate energy, and we have the Six of Cups. So it is about healing old wounds, this voyage of the heart. It feels like you're embarking on this new journey, and healing these old wounds is going to allow more love to flow through you and to you. With this Two of Cups energy, you know, there's harmony, things are going well. It can be a blossoming romance for some of you, but it is a strengthening of a soul connection here with the Two of Cups. We do have fears and anxiety. So there's something, you know, you could have this fear and anxiety, sleepless nights about what's going on in your soul connections here. Your old wounds may be keeping you up at night because you're not facing your fears, your anxieties, or you could just be in this negative thinking, this overwhelm, the negative thinking that's allowing you to feel this overwhelm. It is time to hermit up. It is time to go within, do the soul searching, and shine a light on your fears here, on what's causing you anxiety. Shine a light on your negative thinking. You know, on the past here, we have healing old wounds, and then this can be a card about dwelling on the past when it comes to your love connection. But there is, like I said, a very strong soulmate connection here with this Two of Cups. This is harmony. There's mutual respect and appreciation in your connections, whether this is a friendship, a partnership, whatever this is. For others of you, this is a blossoming romance. But it is soulmate energy. So for a lot of you, this is with your soulmate. Healing the old wounds with your soulmate, overcoming your fears, your anxieties, your negative thinking. For some of you, it could just be that your negative thinking is blocking this voyage of the heart. It's blocking the loving flow. And doing some soul searching, hermiting up, shining light on the situation, looking within to seek guidance when it comes to your fears, your doubts, your worries. You know, that's going to heal the old wounds. And here we have things coming into balance. It feels like for some of you, this brings this sweet romantic energy to your connection. For others of you, this is about equal give and take. Love is flowing through you and to you in a very balanced way here with the Six of Cups. So this is more soulmate energy. For some of you, this is somebody from the past, or it's just reconnecting and strengthening the bond. You know, feels like there's more harmonious energy here in your love connections. It brings a sweetness to the energy here. You've healed the old wounds when it comes to a deep spiritual connection in your life, and you're embarking this. Look at this energy, the image on this card. This is harmony. This is when this loving energy is flowing to you and through you. Equal reciprocity in this loving energy. You're embarking on this voyage of the heart, and you have successfully healed the old wounds. So let's get some advice here. Let's see what the best advice. We're getting keep the faith. Oops, ghosted. And healthy boundaries. So it does feel like for most of you, this is about, you know, keeping the faith that love is going, that you can bring things back into balance. You can heal the old wounds. Keeping the faith. Like I said, for some of you, it's when you're ghosted, it feels like you're in this negative energy. You're not very, you know, when you feel ghosted, it could be ghosted by spirit. But what that feels like to me is that this ghosting energy is because you're in your negative thinking, you're in your fears, your anxiety, and your worries. So doing soul searching, connecting to your soul doesn't, you know, it's not going to leave you feeling this ghosted energy in a general sense, ghosted from spirit. Kind of, it feels like this is your energy, not that you're ghosted from somebody, but this is your energy that you're pulling back on. And it is about, for some of you, having healthy boundaries. It is time to establish boundaries. Somebody maybe has crossed a boundary with you, and that's created this wound that's left you in this Nine of Swords energy. But we have healthy boundaries are going to heal the old wounds. So make sure you're standing up for yourself. You have healthy boundaries, that there is equal reciprocity. Make sure that you have healthy boundaries when it comes to your negative thinking, your fears, your anxieties. Make sure you establish healthy boundaries with yourself. Stay connected to your soul. And at times when those boundaries, you know, when your guard is down and you're in this Nine of Swords energy, that you actually do your soul searching to strengthen your boundaries. But we have voyage of the heart. Love flows through you and to you, Cancer. Healing old wounds. A very strong spiritual soulmate bond. Keep the faith. Have healthy boundaries. And it looks like here we are. You've arrived. Love is flowing through you and to you. So I hope this was helpful, Cancer. And until next time, I'm wishing you lots of love and many blessings. Alrighty, Leo, you're up next. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to JilleTarot. We're just going to do a quickie general reading. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Not going to resonate with everyone, so let your intuition guide you to the things that feel most meaningful for you. You could also check out the other signs that make up your natal birth chart. A lot of times those readings contain additional messages. Thank you so much for your support. If this resonates, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. So we're going to see what the main message is from Spirit for you, Leo. What does Spirit want Leo to know? Wow. And we're getting embracing enthusiasm. Shout to the heavens with happiness. So Leo, it does feel like you could have been in this energy of just kind of blah, kind of lethargic, kind of feeling like not excited about life. But we do have embracing enthusiasm. So it does feel you're going to be coming into this energy of this new enthusiasm. So embrace it. Going to bring you happiness. But let's see what the situation is here. And we're getting signs from nature. So for some of you, how you're going to kind of get into this embracing enthusiasm energy is you're going to get out in nature. Get out and about. For some of you, it's winter. There's cold weather, whatever. But it feels like getting out into nature is going to actually kind of revive you a little bit, Leo, and allow you to start coming into this energy, you know, kind of getting fired up, getting back in your enthusiasm, you know, and having this new enthusiasm and embracing it is going to actually, you know, start leading you towards greater happiness. So let's get some details. We're getting the Queen of Cups, the Ten of Swords, wow, and the Ten of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles. So it does feel like you guys have been under these heavy burdens. Like I said, you're feeling dull, lifeless. You know, life has been a heavy burden. You might not have had any time for fun, any time for love, any time to, you know, hang out and in a nurturing, connecting energy, because we have the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. Like I said, you've just been really burdened. For some of you, like I said, this is about just kind of the doldrums of winter for some of you, depending upon where you live. You know, that can kind of sap your energy. But it is, you know, getting out in nature is going to bring you back into this loving energy with this Queen of Cups. This is, you know, kind of offering you support when it comes to getting back in touch with your feelings, you know, getting back in touch with your connections, your relationships, getting in touch with your emotions. It just brings this loving energy back. You start to get interested in connections and relationships in your world. If you've previously, like I said, just been sitting on the couch watching TV because it's cold outside, you know, but there's an ending to a difficult time here with the 10 of Swords. There's an ending of the burdens. So possibly getting out in nature is what's going to help you bring up, you know, something is ending here that was difficult, and getting out in nature is going to actually allow you to put down these burdens. You have been planting seeds for manifestation. You've been busy planting the seeds of your abundance, of what you want going forward. You planted the seeds. It's been a heavy burden. And here you are just awaiting and expecting results. You know, success is coming, but, you know, it's not here yet. You're going to be able to, you know, reap the rewards of manifesting your ideas, but you know, it's waiting. When it comes to manifesting what you want, this heavy burden is ending. And here we come into this, your patience will pay off. So there, you know, success is coming, expecting to see the results. You can put down your burdens. Your difficulties are ending. So take some time out to get out in nature, Leo. It is time, you know, look at this energy on this card. There's butterflies. Shout to the heavens with happiness. It is new enthusiasm coming into your energy. Very nice energy, very positive. You're going to get what you want, but it's not here yet. It's coming. You, like I said, you put in the hard work. It's been a burden. You maybe haven't been able to when it comes to your connections and your relationships, you probably haven't been able to connect in the way you want to, because you've just been in this, you know, difficult energy, blah, heavy burdens, working hard to manifest something into your physical reality. But get ready, because happiness is coming for you, Leo. Let's see. Let's get some advice here. We're getting separation, ego death, and karmic partner. So for some of you, this is about, you know, could be in separation with your partner, possibly, but this is about separating, you know, separation from the difficult times. It feels like to me, it feels like your ego is played a very big part in this, Leo, where you can't put down your burdens. Like you've been driven by your burdens because it soothes your ego. It is time to put an end to that. Ego death. We have the 10 of Swords. For others of you, so it's about strengthening, coming more into connection with your karmic partner. Maybe getting out and spending time with your partner in nature brings back the enthusiasm to your relationship. You've just been in this separation mode, it feels like, Leo, because you have been in the doldrums, in the, you know, kind of that, just this blah energy, not excited about anything. And so we do have you coming into more connections. And so think about getting out in nature, spending time out in nature. That's going to bring you into this Queen of Cups energy. You could be dealing with, in some way, a water sign, a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces, that you've had difficulty with, that's been a burden, but that is ending. So you're separating from the difficult times. You're going to be able to separate from your burdens, come into this, you know, have this ego death right here, and start to embrace enthusiasm. Shout to the heavens with happiness here, but you're going to be waiting for it. But with your karmic partner, there is enthusiasm. There is happiness coming. Good times are coming. So hang in there, Leo. I hope this was helpful, and until next time, I'm wishing you lots of love and many blessings. Up next is Virgo. So, Virgo, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to JilleTarot. This is just going to be a quickie general reading. See what's showing up for you. This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. It's not going to resonate with everyone, so let your intuition guide you to the things that feel meaningful for you. You could also check out the other signs that make up your chart. A lot of times those readings contain additional messages. Thank you for your support. If this resonates, please like, share, and subscribe. So let's see what the main energy is. What's the main message from Spirit for Virgo? Journey by moonlight. Believe in magic, Virgo. Awesome energy coming in for you. All right, so let's get the details to this magic. What's going on with Virgo and magic? Whoa, just one card. Jeez, the Spirit got a lot to say there. Let's see, one card for magic. Big success. Believe in magic. Something you've been working on is going to be a big success, Virgo. So it's time to believe in this magic of big success. Let's get the details to this big success. And we're getting the Eight of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the Eight of Wands, and the Empress. Very nice Venus energy. You're attracting success. You're attracting this magical energy here with the Empress coming in. You put in the hard work here. You've had hard work, commitment, dedication, and you're going to start to get results. Believe in this magic here. You've taken the action, so make sure that you're staying focused. The action that's required at this time to be a big success, to believing in magic for whatever it is, the seeds that you've planted are going to be a big success. And it's time to, the action that you need to take is stay in the truth and clarity of focusing and attending to the hard work, the commitment. Don't give up yet, because you're going to be getting results. You're starting to get results. You're accomplishing your goals here, and it's a big success. You're actually working towards something you want. Some of you, it's a new job, possibly, more money, but whatever it is, believe in this magic. Believe in yourself. Believe that this is going to be a big success. Like I said, it is about hard work and dedication. It feels like for some of you, this is about taking the action, staying in the truth and clarity that it is going to take hard work and dedication. It's not going to come easy, but it does feel like it's going to come fast. It does feel like we have 2 8s here. It does feel like here you are, all of a sudden you're just focusing on it. You're putting in the hard work, the dedication, and you're starting to get results. You're staying in the truth and clarity that it is going to take a lot of effort and hard work, and then bam, here is this big success. You are drawing all kinds of good things to you with this Empress energy, Virgo. This is you being very much grounded, stable, and secure in this big success, in this magic. It's not going to be magic because you put in a lot of hard work and dedication to it, but it does feel like there's this magical energy. Whatever this is, this big success happens very rapidly with this Eight of Wands coming in. Things start taking off pretty fast. So you want to make sure that you're in this Virgo energy here, this Venus energy, where you're just, you're in this grounded, stable, secure energy here with this Empress. This brings, she's abundance. She's a lot of growth and a lot of fertile energy to create what you want. She's drawing all this goodness to her. She's drawing the big success, the magic to her in this energy. So whatever it is you're working towards, Virgo, it is going to be a big success, whether it's something in your physical world, and whether that is, something in your job, your career, a house, whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest into the physical world. It is time to stay in the truth and clarity. That's the action that's required here, is that you stay in the truth and clarity, that it is going to take dedication and hard work, but bam, big success. Here's the magic here, and you're just in this grounded, stable, abundant energy. It's very fertile energy for more success, more magic. So let's get some cards for the best advice. We're getting self-sabotage, hot and cold, generous offer. So it does feel like that's this truth and clarity piece right here. Make sure that you're not self-sabotaging in this energy of not believing in magic, of not staying, you know, hold the course here. Don't stop. Don't sabotage this big success. Don't sabotage the magic. Things are going to be hot and cold, meaning that it feels like it's going to be on again, off again. Like you know, one day you're really optimistic and hopeful about it, and the next day you're like, man, I just need to let this go. This is never going to happen, because there is a generous offer, this big success, generous offer. So pay attention to any self-sabotage in this energy. You know, it's going to be hot and cold until bam, it takes off. Here's the generous offer. Here's the big success. Here you are, drawing all good things in abundance to you, and a generous offer comes in. So believe in this magic. Just make sure you stay in your truth and clarity about staying focused on the hard work and dedication, because it is all going to work out, Virgo. Big success, big magic coming your way, a generous offer, grounded, stable abundance coming your way, Virgo. So I hope this was helpful, Virgo. Believe in the magic, and until next time, I'm wishing you lots of love and many blessings. All right, Libra, you're up next. I hope you've all been doing well. Welcome to JilleTarot. This is just going to be a general quickie reading. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. It's not going to resonate with everyone, so let your intuition guide you to the things that feel meaningful for you. You could also check out the other signs that make up your chart. A lot of times those readings contain additional messages, and thanks for your support. If this resonates, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. So we're going to see what the main message from Spirit is for you, Libra. Narrow pathway. Tread thoughtfully. All right, you might be under some sort of pressure. It feels like, you know, feeling a little squeezed in some sort of situation. But it is about treading thoughtfully. You know, just make sure that as you take this step, as the pressure increases, that you're very conscious about the steps, the next steps that you're taking, Libra. Let's see what the situation is. Apology. So that could be where the pressure's coming from. You're either expecting a policy, accepting or wanting an apology, thinking about accepting an apology, or you could be feeling pressured to offer an apology, and that's where that pressure and that treading thoughtfully comes in. Let's get the details about this apology. The Lovers, the Hierophant, the Ace of Swords, and the Seven of Wands. So it's very interesting. It does feel like this is in regards to a very deep soul connection. You know, you're facing a choice, though. The Lovers can also represent a choice when it comes to an apology, whether that's the choice of accepting an apology or giving an apology. There is harmony, but it is a deep spiritual connection. There is something going on here with about having faith with the Hierophant card. Could be, like I said, we have a Gemini, we have Taurus energy, so you could be dealing with those signs, but with the Hierophant, this is about faith. This is about your spiritual beliefs, spiritual wisdom. It's also about learning lessons, spiritual lessons when it comes to an apology, when it comes to this pressure that you're under, something that you're needing to give a lot of thought. We have a brand new beginning in truth and clarity. So it does feel like if you accept this apology, there's, the choices, accepting the apology, giving the apology. It does bring harmony to the situation, strengthens that connection, and actually there's more faith, spiritual faith in this connection, a new beginning in truth and clarity. With this Ace of Swords, it does feel like, there's new truth with this apology. You can start working on new plans and ideas in your connection, but this is mental clarity and concentration. So that's where the tread thoughtfully energy comes in. There's this new beginning in truth and clarity in your thought processes. When it comes to new communication, but there is new vision and focus here. It's about making the correct decision. If this, someone new you connect with, there's new truth and clarity, but it is about here, there's something going on here with standing up for yourself, make sure that you're giving this apology from an authentic place, from your truth and clarity. If you're the one giving the apology, make sure that you're standing up for yourself in your acceptance of this apology, however that resonates. With the 7 of Wands coming in, you know, this is standing up for yourself. It's about what you believe in, back to this faith energy. You know, holding strong to your beliefs. Don't give up your beliefs for this connection, for this apology, until you've given it a lot of thought. And then you're absolutely clear and in your truth about this apology. You know, it's like, it feels like for some of you, it's about fighting for someone you want. But it is about being assertive and standing up for yourself, standing your ground at the same time. So like I said, we do have Gemini, we do have Taurus energy. You could be dealing with those signs in this situation, but if there is pressure about an apology when it comes to a deep spiritual connection, when it comes to your faith, when it comes to what you believe in, when it comes to your truth and clarity, and when it comes to standing up for yourself. So let's get some advice here for Libra. And we're getting manifest, healthy boundaries right there, and stuck. So there could, like I said, it is about, there's an energy here where you can manifest what you want, but you need to manifest almost from a thoughtful place. It feels like you can manifest what you want, but you need to know what you want. So, you know, don't feel, when you feel the pressure, you need to stop and take a moment and reassess the situation, because it does feel like whatever you decide to do, you're going to manifesting healthy boundaries, maintaining these healthy boundaries, staying true to your beliefs, standing up for yourself, and also, you know, standing up for your beliefs, staying true to your beliefs is very important. We do have this card about being stuck. When you might need to step back in the pressured energy and really think things through, and that can make things kind of feel stuck and stagnant. But just know that that's temporary, because as long as you're taking a moment to pause and really carefully think things through so that you can have truth and clarity come in, you're going to move away from this stuck energy, but you are going to manifest what you want. So make sure that you're clear and truthful about what you want, because you can manifest it. There's new truth and clarity, a deepening, a strengthening of a bond here, holding the faith in this connection, but at the same time having healthy boundaries. You may waffle back and forth and get stuck and kind of let down your guard here. And, you know, just know that it's not about staying stuck. It's about, if you have a setback, moving forward, Libra. So I hope this was helpful, and until next time, I'm wishing you lots of love and many blessings. All right, up next is Scorpio. So Scorpio, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to JilleTarot. We're going to do a quick general reading, see what's coming in for you, what's happening. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, and it's not going to resonate with everyone. So let your intuition guide you to the things that feel meaningful for you. You could also check out the other signs, those other readings that make up your chart. A lot of times those readings contain additional messages. Thanks for your support. Please like, share, subscribe, help the channel out a little bit. Let's see what the main message from Spirit is for you, Scorpio. What's the main message for Scorpio? Joy and delight. Time to open your heart to joy, Scorpio. Nice energy. Joy and delight. Let's see what the situation is with joy and delight for Scorpio. Counsel and therapy. You may need to reach out. You may need to get some sort of counsel or therapy. Doing so is going to allow you to open your heart to more joy in your life, more delight. There's this really nice playful energy coming in with this joy and delight card, but it starts with some sort of counsel and therapy, whether that's, you know, just in-depth soul searching, reaching out to a trusted friend, some sort of advisor, somebody that you trust, somebody that can help you work through some things. And that's going to allow you to open your heart to more joy. It feels like there's, like I said, there's just this playful, childlike energy with this joy and delight. But there is something that you need to be working through, because whatever this issue is, it's kind of blocking your joy. That playful energy that seems to be available with this joy and delight card. So the details are the Queen of Swords, the Hanged Man, the Strength card. There's that joy and delight with Leo energy, and the Knight of Cups. So there you are. So it is about getting, you know, honest with yourself here, Scorpio, with this counsel and this therapy energy. It is about opening yourself up to the truth and clarity of a situation, of whatever has been blocking your joy. With this Queen of Swords, she's interested in connections and relationships, but she's offering you support to clearly see what's no longer serving you and cut out the bullshit here. You're going to need some help with that, some support, some assistance, but she successfully cuts through the bullshit. She can see things clearly. We do have the Hanged Man, so this is about taking a pause. You know, as you're seeing things clearly, she's beckoning this Hanged Man. She's like, take a minute. Where do you need to, you know, how best can you work through? What's the truth and clarity to work through this issue, this situation? Take a pause. You need a fresh new perspective. You know, and as you're in this Hanged Man energy, it's, you know, feel like there's things that are paused. There's some sort of delay in this fresh new perspective, but there is something you need to let go, because you're on the verge of a spiritual awakening here with the Hanged Man. The Queen of Swords is saying, yep, get truth, get honest with yourself here, because on this spirit, you know, from this spiritual awakening, there is a fresh new perspective of joy and delight, bringing more joy. It starts with truth and clarity. You know, it involves taking a pause for a fresh new perspective, so that you can let whatever the issue is go. And here you've cut out the shit that doesn't serve you, and here you are in this strength, this courage. You have new strength from the spiritual awakening, this new perspective. There's new confidence, new strength, new courage coming in for you. You've overcome the fear and obstacles that were holding you back from this counsel and therapy, from this Queen of Swords energy, from this spiritual awakening. And here you are. Confidence, courage is coming in for you. Very nice energy. It's about your personal power. You're coming back into your personal power. And, you know, you've overcome the fears, the obstacles, and you have the confidence going forward. So you start taking action, moving forward towards more joy and delight in your energy. This is your energy, Scorpio, where you're taking the action from this nice emotional energy. You're very balanced in your emotions. You have this new level of emotional maturity that's going to bring more kindness, compassion, affection, joy and delight into your life, and you're moving forward, and opening your heart here to more joy, more delight. We do have, you know, you could be dealing in some way with an air sign, with this Queen of Swords. We do have Leo energy that you could be dealing with, that there is a fresh new perspective that's needed to come in, but just make sure, you know, joy and delight, opening your heart to joy is totally available, but there is this message about counsel and therapy, being in your truth and clarity. Getting truthful and honest with yourself is very important. You want to cut out the shit that's no longer serving you. You're not going to be taking any BS going forward. It's going to require courage and strength, but there is a fresh new perspective coming as you work through and heal whatever this counsel and therapy energy is. So let's see what the advice is for you, Scorpio. Spiritual protection, abundance is near, and apology. So for some of you, you need to apologize to yourself. Some of you need to accept an apology, take a hard look at an apology, but there is spiritual protection that comes from, in this process of counsel and therapy, cutting things out that aren't serving you. There is spiritual protection on offer here that's going to allow you, the spiritual protection is going to allow you the strength and courage to bring more more joy and delight, allow you to open your heart more. Abundance is near. Like I said, there with the Hanged Man is, you know, you're going to need to have patience, because it's not, seems like as you're working through this issue, there could be things kind of get delayed or stuck, but just know abundance is near. And then we have apology. You may, in the process, like I said, somebody might offer an apology and you may not accept it, or this is you in your truth and clarity accepting this apology. For some of you, somebody's going to offer an apology, but you're not going to accept it. But this can be about forgiving yourself for, maybe allowing these issues to fester for so long. Forgiving yourself for doing what you feel like you need to do to bring more joy and delight into your world, to start opening your heart to more joy. But you do have spiritual protection, strength, courage, new confidence, new perspective, new truth and clarity, spiritual protection, abundance is near, and joy and delight is on its way. Here you are, opening your heart to joy there, Scorpio. So I hope this was helpful, and until next time, I'm wishing you lots of love and many blessings. Hey Sagittarius, I hope you're all doing well. You're up next. We're just going to do a general quickie reading, see what's coming in for you. This is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. And it's not going to resonate with everyone, so let your intuition guide you to the things that feel meaningful for you. You could also check out the other signs that make up your natal birth chart. A lot of times, those readings contain additional messages. And thanks so much for your support. If this resonates, please like, share, and subscribe. So we're going to start by saying what the main message is from Spirit for you, Sagittarius. What's the main message from Spirit for Saggy? We're getting ascending the mountain. Keep going forward. So you're working on something. You are in the process of, ascending the mountain, trying to reach your goals. There's this energy of you may feel like giving up and abandoning this mountain climbing, but the message is to just keep going forward. Even though it seems trying, it seems hard at times, possibly overwhelming, the message from Spirit for you, Sagittarius, is to keep going forward. So let's see what the situation is. Spiritual protection. So there's spiritual protection on offer here for you, Sagittarius, in this journey that you're on, in this, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish that might feel overwhelming. Spirit is here to protect you and guide you, and Spirit is telling you not to give up. Make sure that you're moving things forward, no matter how hard it is. It's about forward movement, making progress. It's a hard climb, but it's well worth it. It feels like it's not the time to turn back now. So let's get the details. Spiritual protection is getting death. So we're getting death. We're getting the Three of Cups. We're getting the Ten of Pentacles, and we're getting the Two of Swords. So it feels like do not block this spiritual protection. There's change and transformation coming in here with this death card. There is the opportunity to change your world. It feels like that's what you're working towards, is this major transition, this major changing event, closing out the old chapter, so that there's a cycle that's completing, and you're ready to close out that old cycle. It is about change. So like I said, don't block this energy of change and transformation. There is happiness on offer here. There is, with this Three of Cups energies, this is about happy times and celebrations that are coming in, about good vibes. You want to make sure, because this death energy can be kind of heavy, ascending the mountain, you like I said, this is feeling it can be overwhelming, but there's spiritual protection. You want to make sure that you're tapped into this energy of happy times and celebration. This is like good vibe energy. And it feels like that's very important for this happiness. There is abundance here with this Ten of Pentacles. There's security and happiness that's coming. There's change and transformation, but for major happiness. And so there is this energy here about make sure that you're taking time. You're still going forward. Making progress. There's amazing change and transformation. As you're going through this transformation, there's spiritual protection, but you want to make sure that you're having this playful celebratory energy, being happy and positive. You want to be in uplifting energy. You do not want to wallow in this Scorpio heavy energy, because it can feel energy at times. But then there is amazing lightness when the change has actually taken place, the transformation has happened. You know, that's this positive vibe you want to stay in, Sagittarius. So it's about uplifting energy. You need to tap into this uplifting energy. And like I said, major stability, abundance, and happiness is on its way. There's security, there's happiness in all areas of your life, your domestic life. There's harmony here. Life is going to start to feel more comfortable. It feels like this is when, you know, this is you're ascending the mountain, you're keeping going forward, you have spiritual protection. Staying positive helps you bring about this happiness, this harmony in life. You can feel comfortable now, because this feels like this is when you've reached the top of the mountain, because life becomes comfortable again. There's increasing stability here. So like I said, this is in your physical world, your home, your job, your family, you know, something in your physical world. There is a crossroads here, and what you don't want to do is you don't want to block, and like I said, this just feels to me, this Two of Swords, feels like this is that I want to give up energy, or I want to block the positivity that's coming from this change. I want to block the spiritual protection. So just take a look at this Two of Swords energy, and you know, this is a crossroads, and you might be avoiding difficult decisions. You might be avoiding facing fears. You know, it's kind of this energy of denial. You know, you're kind of being unwilling to see the truth about the change and transformation. That staying in this positive energy, you're kind of denying that it's going to bring amazing change and transformation and happiness. So some sort of denial is going on here, Sagittarius. So you just want to pay attention to that. There, you know, Spirit is offering you protection in this situation, through this change and transformation, ascending the mountain. Keep going forward. Notice this death energy, this death card is moving forward. He is moving towards, you know, an ending for a brand new beginning that has more happiness, more celebrations, more tangible security and abundance. So open yourself up to the possibilities that are available as you're ascending this mountain. So let's get some advice here, Sagittarius. And we're getting separation, positive change, divine masculine. So it is about, like I said, you could feel a little bit separated when you feel overwhelmed and you're ready to give up, you know, climbing this mountain. You could separate from the positive, you know, the positive energy, separate from this spirit, get disconnected from the spiritual protection in some way. This is all about making positive changes with more happiness, more celebrating the goodness in life, happiness, abundance, and harmony. This is positive change. The death card is bringing positive change. And it is about tapping into, you know, using this divine masculine energy to keep going forward. It feels like the divine masculine energy is what's needed to get you over this mountain, to keep you going forward. It's about being assertive and taking the action that's required. Not being in this blocking energy here, but actually being in the divine, making things happen here. Taking the initiative. You know, just make sure that, like I said, in this changing, transitioning energy, overwhelm, you could separate from your connection with Spirit. You can kind of separate from happy times, joy, and abundance. But there is positive change coming. So make sure that you're staying assertive and not blocking this energy with this Two of Swords. So you could be dealing with a Scorpio with the death card here. Some of you are, you know, in this situation with a Scorpio. So just be aware of that. But there is joy, there is happy times and celebrations, there is abundance and harmony, stability, security, domestic bliss coming. So you don't want to block the goodness here. So I hope this was helpful, Sag, and until next time, I'm wishing you lots of love and many blessings. All right, Capricorn, you're next. I hope you've all been doing well. Welcome to JilleTarot. We're going to do just a quickie general reading, see what's going on with you. This is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, and it's not going to resonate with everyone, so let your intuition guide you to the things that feel meaningful for you. You could also check out the other signs that make up your natal birth chart. A lot of times those readings contain additional messages, add an extra layer to the message. And thank you all for your support. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. So we're going to see what the main message from Spirit is for you, Capricorn. What does Spirit want Capricorn to know? Reaching your destination. Your light is shining brightly, Capricorn. All right, so whatever it is you've been working on, looks like achievement, manifestation is on its way. Your light is going to be shining brightly, Capricorn. Let's see what the situation is. Vivid dreams. So it does feel like reaching your destination. This is about something you've dreamed of. Your light is shining brightly. You've had this dream. It feels like you've kind of tried to start working towards fulfilling your dreams, and here you are. You're reaching your destination. It's on the horizon. So don't give up on your dreams. Hold on to your dreams. It feels like, because your light is shining brightly, and you're going to be reaching your destination. Let's get some details for your dreams, Capricorn. It feels like for some of you, just pay attention to your dreams. Your dreams could include important messages. We have the Queen of Swords, the Empress, the Two of Pentacles, and the Hermit. So it does feel like there is this energy about truth and clarity when it comes to your connections and your relationships. Truth and clarity when it comes to cutting out the things that don't serve you, cutting out any BS. It's time to get clarity so that you can move more towards your dreams. As you cut out the crap, the bullshit, your light is going to start shining more brightly and more brightly. And as that happens, you're moving towards reaching your destination. There is abundance here. There is amazing growth. There's security and stability. This is very kind, nurturing, a loving abundance, very fertile energy to go towards your dreams, to make your dreams a reality here. It is all about a choice here. It's about, for some of you, it is about juggling too many things, and you need to cut out some things so that you can reach your destination. That we have the Hermit card. It's about shining light on a situation. What have you been juggling in your physical world too much of? What's not in balance? You know, life is full of ups and downs, and it feels like coming to understand that and start to appreciate that with this Hermit energy. It's about, you have this inner wisdom. You know what dreams you want, and shining light on this Two of Pentacles, going inside, doing some soul searching, you know, looking within to seek the guidance of what it is you want to dream, shedding light on a situation. On, like I said, with this Two of Pentacles, you're trying to maintain balance, but you know, you're juggling too many things. You need to cut back for balance and happiness. Back to this Queen of Swords, cutting things out so that there's more happiness and balance in your world. It is going to take, like I said, shining light on the situation, some soul searching. It is going to require you tap into your inner wisdom to seek the guidance on how to bring this balance in. As you notice, he's shining a light, and this says your light is shining brightly. So it is about, you know, what kind of abundance, there's fertile energy with the Empress. This is about drawing the goodness to you, cutting out the shit that needs to go away and drawing the good things into you. And with the Hermit energy, it feels like all the answers that you seek are within Capricorn. So you could be dealing, for some of you, you could be having this issue with an air sign. that you're either working with, but this just feels more to me like this is energy that you're in, where you're beckoning the future. You want grounded stability, abundance, more nurturing, more loving, more growth in your life, and you want to draw the goodness into you, but you have some crap that you need to cut out that may be blocking this Empress energy. So, you know, make sure you're taking some time for some soul searching, Capricorn, when it comes to your dreams, when it comes to your goals, when it comes to your light shining brightly. We do have Virgo energy, so you could be dealing with a Virgo in some way. But let's get some advice for Capricorn. We're getting positive change, patience, and apology. It's funny, the apology card keeps coming out in this position. So you are making positive change. It is about positive change. Cutting out what no longer serves you. Not taking any more BS. Brings you into this Empress energy, grounding energy, shining light, that your inner wisdom makes positive change for the future. Have patience. This is a process. Like I said, something about an apology for some of you. That either you need to give the apology, you need to accept the apology. In these readings, lots of apology energy coming in for some reason. But have patience. If you're waiting on an apology for somebody, it does feel like it's coming, but you need to have patience. It feels for some of you, you're kind of standing up for yourself and you're not taking any more bullshit. So that's a positive change. Have patience, because the apology that you expect, that you feel like you need, is on its way. And you're just, here you are. You're in this good Venus energy and having patience. You're feeling very balanced because you've cut out what's not serving you. You're feeling balanced. You're ready to go towards your dreams. And here comes the apology. So I hope this was helpful, Capricorn. And until next time, wishing you lots of love and many blessings. Hi, Aquarius. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to JilleTarot. We're just going to do a real quickie general reading. See what's going on. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. And it's not going to resonate with everyone, so let your intuition guide you to the things that feel meaningful for you. You could also check out the other signs that make up your birth chart. A lot of times those readings contain additional messages. And if you like this reading, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. So we're going to see what the main message is from Spirit. What does Spirit want Aquarius to know? Narrow pathway. Tread thoughtfully. Feels like you're under some sort of pressure. There's a pressure situation going on that's going to require you to make sure you're taking some time to really consider the situation. Really think it out before you take your next steps, because there is a lot of pressure. You don't want to make any hasty, rash decisions. But let's see what the situation is. Eternal love. So, love situation. Is this eternal love? There's some pressure in your relationships, and so it does feel like, you know, instead of heart energy, it's going to require some some mental energy about an eternal love. Let's get some details. See if we can get more clarity about this pressure situation when it comes to love. And we're getting the Five of Cups, the Page of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Three of Wands. So this is in regards to your future. You know, what you want for the future. It's about something going on with the belief in yourself and your future. Like I said, we do have narrow pathway. Tread thoughtfully. It feels to me like there is some sort of pressure situation going on. You feel like you're being a little bit squeezed in a love situation. Whether that's about, is this the person, is this your eternal love? Is this your just for the moment love? There is some kind of hurt and sadness here with this Five of Cups. So, you know, it is about kind of, there's some disappointment maybe that in this love situation. There could be just too much emotional baggage for you to think clearly. Your emotion, the emotional baggage is kind of blocking your rational, logical, reasonable thought. Like I said, we have tread thoughtfully, but we have an emotional energy here. So, you know, it could be you're focusing on a loss here. You're focusing on the negative, and you're not seeing this positive, emotionally positive opportunity that's behind you because you're too busy focusing on the past. So several messages for some of you. This is that, you know, there's an eternal love on offer. You know, the universe is trying to pressure you into turning around and looking at this new loving opportunity, but you're still just focusing on the past. It's time to get out of these emotions and start using your mind to turn around and see an opportunity. Possibly with the fire sign here with the Page of Wands. But there is some new passionate message that's trying to get through, it feels like, in your connection here. You're just, I don't know, this Five of Cups is, you need to find the silver lining in this situation, and it doesn't feel like that's going to come from your heart energy. It feels like finding the silver lining is going to come from your mind. You know, there's some unwelcome change that's going on. You're feeling a lot of pressure in this situation, disappointment, despair. For some of you, it could be about guilt. But there's just a lot of emotional weight here. We have kind of this, it's interesting because we have this new, you know, the Page of Wands is really energetic, optimistic, passionate, enthusiastic energy. So there could be this new message, you know, that's coming in, this new, possibly new confidence and patience. But, you know, this can also be a card about rushing in too passionately, like with back to this pressure. It's a tendency to rush into action and not thinking of the consequences, which kind of ties back into this tread thoughtfully energy. So you want to be aware that you might just, you know, of this Page of Wands energy. Like I said, it is a fire sign. So some of you could be connected to a fire sign that you're dealing with, an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. But there is some sort of message that could be coming in that's going to kind of bring new passion. But this gives new bright ideas. It feels like as you turn around and see this opportunity, you start to have this new enthusiasm, these new bright ideas. You're kind of being inspired. There's new creativity, and you're finding out what you're passionate about. You're kind of feeling playful and ready to have fun. Because we have the Wheel of Fortune, this old energy of the Five of Cups is ending. The universe is saying, you know what, in the cycle of life, in eternal love, there is a new fortunate cycle coming in, and the old one is ending. This is destiny and fate. This is the changing cycles. There's a turning point coming, and it's a new beginning filled with good fortune, good luck. There's renewal and rebirth here, and here you are with the Three of Wands. It's about belief in yourself and your future. Moving away from this Five of Cups energy. You're ready to spread your wings. Like I said, for some of you, you know, this can be about, you know, spreading your wings and ready to enjoy the freedom of being single. But it is about, you know, you're ready to experience life. You're spreading your wings. You know, you're ready for adventure. You're you know, future planning coming in. You're looking towards your future from a way more optimistic place than this Five of Cups energy. So it is about, like I said, there's a message here of getting out of this heart energy and actually starting to work this problem out from your mental energy, from truth and clarity. But let's get some advice cards for Aquarius. And we're getting meaningful coincidences, self-worth, an important conversation. So we do have, you know, it's funny because we have, you know, look for synchronicity here. You know, start to use your mental energy to pay attention to synchronicity, to meaningful coincidences, that coming from this Five of Cups energy, you're not going to be able to make the connection. There is something going on. The universe is trying to tell you, pay attention. We're showing you, we're giving you signs about this new beginning, about your future. You know, it is about coming back into your self-worth through your mental energy. Like I said, you can't stay in this emotional energy. This is mental energy that's going to bring you this new self-worth, new confidence, new passion, new inspiration, new self-worth coming in, and important conversations. So for some of you in your love situation, you need to have important conversations. It's about mental clarity. It's about truthful and honest communications. Having the important discussions is necessary to actually take the pressure off, bring about this new fortunate beginning, looking towards your future more positively. It is about, you know, meaningful coincidences, paying attention to those. It is about this new self-worth coming in this new cycle, and having the important conversations because you're ready to spread your wings and fly. So I hope this was helpful, Aquarius, and until next time, I wish you lots of love and many blessings. All right, Pisces, you're up next. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to JilleTarot. We're going to do a quickie general reading. This is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. And it's not going to resonate with everyone, so let your intuition guide you to the things that feel meaningful for you. You could also check out the other signs that make up your natal birth chart. A lot of times those readings contain additional messages. They kind of add additional layers to the messages. And thank you all for your support. If this resonated, if you like this reading, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Help the channel out a little bit since I've been gone for a while. So we're going to see what the main message is from Spirit for you, Pisces. What does Spirit want Pisces to know? We're getting watching clouds. Lie back, rest, and relax. All right, so very nice energy. Time of relaxation, a time where you can kick back and enjoy yourself. Let's see what the situation is for you, Pisces. Inner child healing. Yeah, so some situation has gone on. It's in the past. It has required some healing. Feels like you've been doing the work and you've achieved this inner child healing, and now you can just kick back and enjoy this good healing energy. Lie back, rest, and relax, Pisces. Okay, let's get the details to watching clouds here for Pisces. We got the Two of Swords, the Page of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles. It's interesting because you don't want to, for some of you, it's, you know, you've reached a crossroads. There is this inner child healing. Either that's taken place and you've done the work, or you need to open yourself up to healing your inner child. That's going to allow you more relaxation, more enjoyment of your life, the sense of accomplishment, like you've done the work and now you can lie back, rest, and relax. Make sure that you're not blocking this energy. You know, you're not kind of tuned out to healing your inner child. But it does feel like this is a crossroads here. You know, that you're kind of moving, you know, you come to the crossroads, and here you are in this new energy where you're able to just kick back and sit in this hammock and watch the clouds. Lie back, rest, and relax because you've done the work. You're coming into this new energy where you're kind of, there's a new level of emotional maturity because you healed your inner child that allows you, you know, more compassion, more kindness, more affection, more loyalty in your life. Things are good emotionally here, and this is new energy. Maybe possibly after they weren't so good, and then here we go in this new energy because you've done the work. This is you watching the clouds, lying back, resting, and relaxing because your physical world, your domestic life, your physical life, there's harmony. Life feels comfortable in this Ten of Pentacles energy because there is security. There's happiness in all areas of your life. Everything is going well here. Like I said, life can feel more comfortable here. There could be an increase in your wealth, in your stability, you know, but you have this new stable love with shared values and commitment. But it is a solid foundation. You've got a solid foundation because you've done the work. So we do have this Four of Pentacles. It feels like this is a caution energy. Make sure that you're opened up to this abundant energy here. You don't want to be closed off. It's interesting. Notice how she's closed off. She's kind of, she can't see. She's, you know, she's got her arms crossed here in front. She's blocking something. He is also holding back. He is kind of shut down. So you want to make sure that you're open to change, that you're, you know, you're not holding on to things and clinging on to something, you know, because it makes you feel safe. You don't want to be closed off to these nice abundant energies. You don't want to be closed off to healing. You want to start to open up. It's, you know, isolation for some of you could be holding you back with this Four of Pentacles, you know, because you're shut down. You're holding on to the past. You want to make sure that you're not in this Four of Pentacles, and that you, you know, you're opening up to this crossroads, to this change, because it leads to major happiness and abundance here in your world. So just make sure that you want new energy, you want new emotional maturity coming in, because you want more kindness, compassion, affection in your world. So don't be closed off. Just notice that there is some need for some inner child healing, or you possibly have already done that. And the universe is telling you, if you put in the work and open yourself up and see things clearly, here's a new you coming in, new security, new abundance in, you know, in your life, all because you opened up. And here you are. You can then, after you do the work, you can lie back, rest, and relax, and enjoy this harmony, this bliss in your physical world. So let's get some advice here. We're getting eternal love, important conversation, and spiritual protection. So it does feel like the universe, with this eternal love, it feels like the universe is offering you, telling you that there is this eternal spiritual love from the universe that is on offer. Just know that the universe loves you. Spirit loves you just the way you are. So open up to this process. Important conversations are needed, whether that's with yourself, with your inner child, with another person. Have those important conversations. Don't block the conversations here. Don't hold back. Start to open up. The universe is telling you that they're offering you protection as you work through healing this inner child, this inner wounding, whatever that is, and it's all going to be good. This, you know, Spirit has your back, and your hard work is going to be so worth it. It's going to so pay off. We have amazing happiness, amazing abundance in your world, and you being able to just kick back in this hammock, watch the clouds flow by, lie back, rest, and relax. So I hope this was helpful, Pisces, and until next time, I'm wishing you lots of love and